Okay. Are we good? Are we here? Okay. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my art stream, Zach's very chill art stream. As we can see, it's the art stream that's super chill. And oh, okay. I'm so nervous, but I'm really excited. Just want to before we see what I'm drawing, I've been kind of scrambling for the past 2 weeks trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. So I made a little poll on Twitter, and y'all voted to do a crossover in that was the one that got the most results, but also the other two options were split down the middle. So we're doing a crossover today. And here we go. First, oh yes, I have announcements. Let me be official. So if this is your first time watching anything on this channel, super weird, but welcome. This is Mayday Roleplay. We're a podcast and streaming channel, and we tell a bunch of stories through actual play games. We have two main shows, both of which we're going to be drawing from today. We have Doom to Repeat, which is our Lovecraftian, may he rest in pain, horror show, and Ashoka, which is our D&D sort of island-based adventure. And yeah, nothing I'm doing here is canon. Please don't hold us up to whatever wacky standards happen today. Oh, hi, Eli. I think I'm feeding back a little bit. Yeah, okay, cool. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to get to line art by the end of this stream. We'll see, because I've never drawn in front of people before. It usually gets a lot sillier. I'm just entertaining whatever thoughts I have. So we're going to try not only to stay focused, but to achieve something in 2 hours. Okay, so we're going to start with our boy. Oh my God, let's talk about what we're drawing first. I did a really rough sketch, but essentially it's this piece is called Car Doors Count, and it's what happens when someone uses Dimension Door and crosses paths from the Ashoka universe into the Delta Green world. We'll see who's who. I know who's who, but I realize these are just vague body shapes. So as we draw, y'all can ask questions or just chill, whatever floats your goat. But first, I'm going to start with this particular boy. Let me find the right pencil. Y'all can't see my tools on the side. I have a million brushes and I only use about 3 of them. I think it just feels comfortable to have a bunch of brushes. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Nope, not you. I also have reference photos, which again, you're not going to see. But if anyone that's watching this is wild enough to draw as well, I'm not too cool for references. I use them all the time. I used to make my own, but I will be damned if I show those cursed images on a live stream. So I don't know, maybe if we get 20 new patrons, I'll show those terrible, terrible pictures. Oh, hi. I see you. People in chat. Bold of you to play D&D and watch this as well. That's incredible. Like I said, already having a hard time focusing. So let me just find any brush with the word pencil in it, and we'll start there. And there we go. A pencil, right? Perfect. Okay. So We're going to start with clothes because that's pretty simple. I have absolutely no process, like no consistent process. I'd love to be one of those artists that has their shit together and can be like, oh, yes, step one, step two. But it is literally whatever, whenever, whatever works. And this is going to be a little cartoonish because uh, time, but also I will never finish it if it gets too realistic. It is a lot more chill this way. Just sort of making it up as I go. It only makes sense, I feel, for an improv show that the art is improv as well, and that's how I'm gonna spin it. But this man that I'm drawing here, which I'll talk a little bit about. I'm not gonna. Oh, I already promised I'm not spoiling season two. Of course not. Not for free. But this man, I've been working on his season two looks. Everyone's season two looks, but the word is sweater. It's really basic, but it is exhilarating for me to have anything other than collared shirts to work with for these particular. Yes, I do have a price. I do have a price. And in a few short weeks, I could figure that out. But yeah, I mean, thank you. I feel like the sweater makes it obvious. Also, it's someone who we let drive the car. That narrows it down pretty well. There's one main driver that I don't think should ever really like I don't think she'll surrender the keys. I think we have proof that she's kind of good with them where they are, which is in her pocket constantly. Um, but in times where she's not available, I think this is the only other person. Mostly because he runs to the car. No, you're right. It's Trig. Trig's real makeover for season two is more sweaters, sort of calm, a lot more. It's giving me Gap, Cotton On, uh, Maxinista type vibe. I think we all kind of felt that with Trig. And I'm excited to see some soft boy aesthetics from our Chaos Cowboy. This is kind of, he's got some legs, huh? Might have drawn a little too thick. I'm also going to roast my work because this is another really important part of the process is roasting yourself just a little bit from a place of growth and love, most likely. Um, One of the things that came up while we were discussing this man's new clothes was, I think, and I don't know. Hey, if I'm saying things that should be off the record, you let me know, Caleb. I'm sure you're available. I'm sure you're listening. That's a big spoiler as to who this is, for sure. But let me know, and I will just stop. I'll just shut it down. But because I have a feeling you're not, and it's my house, we're going to talk about how important it is that this man's clothes are skin tight. And again, how lovely that is to just have someone who's like, you know what? No breathing room. Not this season. He's too focused. You know who has breathable clothes? Criminals. That's what I think he says in the morning. I don't know him like that. Oh, another thing. Never, ever remember how fingers go. Your thumb is always on one side, huh? I know the thumb has a place on the body. Also, if you have, I kind of know what I'm drawing today, but if you have a suggestion that you know and you feel in your heart where this piece is going, let's collaborate in the space, you know? Let's open it up. let's make something wild, let's make something irresponsible, and it'll be our work. Let's do that. Like what I'm suggesting about where ankle Jesus, where Merritt's, aka ankle, where his knuckles are is kind of Lovecraftian in its own right. The knuckles are sort of on their own thing. As I give him these anime Disney Prince hands. Don't make a lot of sense quite yet. His finger shouldn't be there in space. We're going to give it some privacy. That makes slightly more sense. Hey, okay. Great, look at him. Shoe time. Yeah. It's fair that we focus on the ankles now. Now I need my reference. Let me scooch that over. Another cool thing about drawing Merritt, I always try to use, and I don't think I could actually show the reference because boy, do I not have permission to use some of this stuff on stream. But I always use like J.C. Leyendecker paintings just because, again, I don't think this boy. I think this boy irons his socks. I think that's how far he goes to stay sharp. Is he irons his socks? Is anyone going to see him? Mm-mm. But it's really important to sort of his vibe and his energy. Now, what does that mean? Merritt doesn't seem like the type to have ankles. What could that possibly? Is that a meaning? I don't even know. Couldn't tell you. But these are probably going to be black anyway. Another pro tip, if you don't want to finish something, is to make it completely black. It's a joke, but it's not. It's not a joke. It's a pro tip, like I said. But yeah, one thing in these, sort of how I know them as deacon shoes, is they're way more flat than you think. Like they make you think the foot is nothing. I don't know how they fit in these things. More thoughts that occur while drawing. That's right, deacon shoes. Okay. Notice how I'm leaving the face for last. And that shows that I'm confident in my expression work. And that I'm not getting easily distracted by what will soon be a Starbucks tray. Also, how do hands hold things, do you think? Another reason why you can't see my face is because I make the expression of the person that I draw when I draw them. And that's just unnerving, I feel. And this is supposed to be a relaxing stream. And I don't think you want me doing prolonged eye contact at you while we draw these good detectives. There we go. That's where knuckles go. And then there's a thumb in this area. Yep, see, that kind of makes sense. So there are definitely names for bones and muscles and whatnot. But I learned art from being on DeviantArt unsupervised in the early 2010s and late aughts. So there was nothing proper going on the internet at that time. So I'd never learned the names of things. Art school was super fun in that way. So I don't know, couldn't tell you what the finger muscles are called. Couldn't tell you the details of how a hand works, but I do know that there's one lump to the side and four in the middle. And the two in the middle are the longest. And you just got to get those lumps together. And then you got a hand. It's Aaron, you don't. Maybe one day when I get better at this, we'll do the face. I'll put my face in there. But this is sort of a beta test, and I don't want to scare anybody. Okay, cool. Now, let's get that reference back. Because it's FaceTime. Let's see. Credible. There he is. We can't scare people like that. It has to have some sort of fictional element, or I don't know. I'm not ready for that commitment. I've been a scare actor one time, and there's a reason why it hasn't happened again. Oh no. That's a lot of cartilage in that nose. I will spoil it a little bit and say something Sergio focuses on a lot is the amount of cartilage in Merritt's nose next season. That's kind of key. We're going to talk about it a lot. We're going to focus on it a lot. There's going to be whole episodes about it. And don't worry, I will be this obsessive over every single character. That's the good thing about making it your business to draw your friends OCs, is you can be as creepy and obsessive as you want to be, and it's not weird. I'm just doing my job. Yeah, I have headcanons about how socks get ironed. And is that ever going to come up? Absolutely not. But I have it for me. And when the time comes, I'm sure it'll be important.
What kind of drink can I get you?
Scooch this over. His nose look like he been fighting. That's fixed. Okay. Now, here's the fun part about expressions too, is I said this was a stylized drawing, so that usually means less line work. Oop. But the best sort of expressions, like you need those wrinkles in the face. You need those crinkle wrinkles. Whatever happens to the skin or the muscles underneath the skin that give you those good expressions, we need them. The real struggle is not making people look 100 years old because you want to sell an emotion.
Can I take your order?
And it's also hard because everyone in this game, and doomed to repeat, I don't think people have been directly honest about their emotions, really, ever. I don't think, unless we're about to die. So there's that. So how our boy freaks out, I imagine, is a little internal. He has sort of a conceal, don't feel approach to life. And it's worked for him so far. One thing we all know about Merritt is that he's never actually gotten hurt on the job. Not a scratch. Just vibing. Gonna move this down because this is the neck of a giraffe. Gotta think about what the spine's doing. It's not doing all that. It's doing less. Gonna let it do less. And this is sort of, again, I'm strapped because I know it's gonna be a dark color. There's not a whole lot to rendering the shit out of this. But it's important to understand what exactly the skull is doing before I put hair on it. I can't give him a giraffe neck. Like, for me, And this is, like I said, I say nothing in canon. Caleb has the last say on what Merritt is officially. But when I think of Merritt as someone to draw, I mean, he's like 2 steps away from Instagram influencer. Like if there was a formal, a business casual influencer genre, here he is. He's here for that. He's gonna lock it down and really just explore what that means. He's always gonna be proper. Boom. That's him. He's got a body. He's got all the things a body has now. These arms are a little long. Also, Merritt's gonna wear a long sleeve. Give it a little elastic on the bottom. So that's cool. There we go. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I did kind of make his legs a little like stubbier than I'd like. I might just make him smaller and just sort of stretch him out. He's substantial. That feels better, right? Just kind of just longer, but still smaller. Great. Take the bottom part, sort of do whatever that is to it. That feels better for me. Not canon. Okay, great. There's our lat. I'm gonna do props last because, whew,
What can I get for you today?
because. Okay, now we have one DG person kind of existing. Oh crap! I always forget eyeballs. That's so important. Everybody has them. Gotta give them to everybody. And that's so important. Didn't that emotion just lock in? Yes, thank you. And a little bit of those worry crinkles that I was talking about. Like, he's not an old man. He's primed for that Instagram influencer career that I was telling you about, that he's ready for. But I think Delta Green does make you age a little faster. I mean, especially with this group. Nothing about perennial is relaxed. Perennial itself is such a nice word, right? Like flowers that bloom every year. So nice. We didn't really adopt that aesthetic. I think Mallory could have done a better job selling us that. Maybe we could have watched like a HGTV together or something. Oh, hey, it's Amanda. Hello. Just drawing our favorite stressed out lad. I just realized he has more neck problems. Maybe I'll just redo the neck, huh? We'll just revisit the neck. Sort of set our goals. Putting the head in the right place. There we go. The ear leads to this thing. And then really let those shoulders just get up there. The anxiety is stored in the heightened shoulders. Boom. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna stop drawing it. Leave him alone. Okay. That's okay, I'm late too. We're all late. And somehow right on time. That's right, it's a chill show. No one's late. We're all here exactly when we need to be here. Hakuna, can I say that? It's a language, I can say it. Hakuna Matata is something I learned from the streets. And I heard it means to not be stressed.
Can I take your order?
Let's see. Amanda, you walked into sort of what happens. This is sort of the raw, like uncut, maybe not that word, just artistic process. We're just letting people in behind the scenes. This is my favorite MB sorcerer of all time. You know them, you love them, you've seen them turn into perhaps a barrel, perhaps a treasure box, a lot of things. I also really, really like drawing. Well, I like drawing everybody, but Shodi, learning to draw Shodi was really hard because I'd never drawn a Goliath before, and leg really snapped at making this Goliath distinct. So it was a lot of learning what the heck is Goliath made of, and how to translate that in what they wanted, which was super fun. And now they have this incredible design. Yes. And now they have this really cool design and legs for days. Legs for days. I see what I did there. But yeah, I really enjoy drawing Shouty. That's it. Also, this hair. Can we talk about the hair? Again, I'm not going to spoil Ashoka, but it's just. Ugh. Goliaths are made of bones and angst, I can confirm. After having one on our mom team for really not that long, it was just we didn't have a lot of time to return that cargo. Boy, did you see it? I almost did it. Go listen to Ashoka, gang, so I can speak freely. Finally have free speech. More bone stuff. Here we go. That's another thing. You don't have to know anything else about the rib cage other than it looks like a bean. I've been saving legs for days. For days. I'll just say that. But yeah, ribs look like a bean. You don't have to do any more detail. It's cool because I actually spent time in game thinking about where Shodi's organs are and sort of making sure that they're fine. That's all I'll say about that. Again, listen to Ashoka. I understand that this looks like boob. Not boob, gang. Rib. Just play with me in the space and know that it's rib. Now I'm going to use a trick that made me almost flip a damn chair in school. If you're foreshadowing, is that right? Maybe that's the right word. I don't know. If you're trying to do depth on a flat space, we're going to get to these hands in a second. But the bottom of the wrist is going to be about here, and the bottom of the arm is going to be about here, so it's going to go back and it's going to go forward. Here's what I do. Boom. And you got some space. Now you just have to figure out how fat sort of gets its life together, because that's another thing. You got bones, you got muscle, and you got fat. And fat does whatever it wants. Fat doesn't care about you. It doesn't care about your political beliefs. It's not tits. It's not tits. I promise, I promise, I promise. Even if they were, which they're not, Twitch police, they're not even female identifying, so it's super safe. Got you. Haha. even if they were what they weren't, they're not. That was a complete thought for sure. Yeah, then we're gonna leave a little pouch for the actual organs, even though Shelby's pretty thin, being on the road and whatnot. That makes sense. Also, they're huge, so this could be a little bit bigger, but their head could also be smaller, huh? I don't know if you guys subscribe to that church of thought that the human body has to be 8 heads tall. I don't know if you grew up being told that. I don't know. I think every art rule is made to be broken. Not like Rob Liefeld broken, because that's a different thing. But definitely at least fucked with. We'll say every rule can be fucked with. Yeah, see, Eli knows what I'm talking about. Now, I'll be honest with y'all. I planned 3 out of 4 characters in this stream, and I thought it would be kind of fun to be like, who's this person slipping? Who's this guy? Because there is someone falling out of a portal to an alternate dimension that would go with Shouty. So who do you think that is? I know who I think it is. But if y'all have any suggestions, I have the whole gang pulled up for reference just in case it changes for this reason. But who do you think? Get these muscles out the way real quick. Who do you think would do it? Somehow, right? Maybe it's wild magic. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, ooh. Okay, Eli said anchor or rad. I'm here for either one of those. I thought it could be cool to have like people meet their own sort of variant. Doppelganger. I made that up. Variant refers to no other intellectual property whatsoever. It's just a synonym for alternative. Definitely that. There we go. That's cool. Actually, Shodi and Merritt kind of could have the same. Now, not. I think Shodi has a really good like fantasy, fantasy like boy band, but not just any like Shodi. If they were in a boy band, they would be the one that like doesn't really know how to be in a boy band and is kind of just here because they can sing, but not because they have any media training or anything. And they kind of become the like lad next door heartthrob. That's kind of how I feel like their closet works. Which is not Merritt's deal at all. Like we said, he irons his socks. But color-wise, they're pretty close.
Can I get you
Ooh.
a hat?
Snowfall could be really good too. Oh, that would be good. Who's in the back? Tuck's in the back. Oh, do Goliaths have sharp ears? You know, I don't. That's a real good question. We're gonna decide. Sorry, Mr. Gygax. We're gonna do some home brewing today. Boom, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Apologize in advance. Our show is not to the point where there are cosplayers, but I always think about that. Like if I'm gonna cosplay a character, what do I want to wear? How much of my costume can I make available at the Dollar Tree? And I know it's straight up delusions of grandeur, and I will admit to it. But also sometimes I want to dress up as my character, and I only want to go to the Dollar Tree. I can't, again, not canon. I can't make Shouty's would-be boy band aesthetic canon. Also, I'm forgetting perspective with these awesome pants. There we go. Yeah, I think we could get to line art today. We're doing pretty good. It is super expensive. I mean, even, you know, like I said, back in my day, which is 2000, maybe 11 is my day, we'll say. Like there was only a handful of like cosplayers getting super famous, coming out with their own lines, or one particular cosplayer rather. And it freaking blew my mind. Could not believe. Also could not compete. I had one cosplay when I was younger, and it was from Soul Eater. And I had it made because I couldn't sew. That was it. I did make this scythe out of duct tape though. Again, sorry, diatribe. Wow. We're talking about hand. What else? I have notes about things that I could talk about that's relevant. Don't I? Nope. We covered everything. Now, Erin, you've said all I need for Trig is a $20 stripper outfit. I have a lot of questions. I assume that this is about sort of his epilogue, which I'm here to support you with. But, Bud, you're definitely gonna have to unpack that. Gonna have to unpack it as soon as you can, quick as you can. Ooh. So definitely a thumb down here. And there's 4 lumps, like I said. And knuckles are bumps. Gonna do a little depth thumb. Does that look normal? No, not even a little bit. Because it would go straight down. It's a little better. So we have Snowball might be on the floor. We have Anchor might be on the floor. If I draw Snowball, I have a lot of words. I have a lot of words, actually. I was almost ready to square up. I didn't tell Amanda this, but I was almost ready to square up about this Dragonborn because I'd never drawn a dragon before. Or I had one Dragonborn under my belt, completely different build, definitely much more furry-esque that first time. And wow, that's not a thumb. But this was completely different. And I had to really stop myself and be like, am I going to try to convince Amanda to change her character species so I don't have to work as hard? No. But boy, did I think about it. Mm-hmm.
Can I take your order?
I mean, now I feel like a freaking master. Like I'll draw furry dragons. I'll draw any kind of dragon. So I've had to draw Snowball learning about ice cream, which was one of the best delights of my life. 100% would recommend drawing Snowball learning about ice cream if you're feeling down. Here we go. We're gonna say that thumb's bent. Okay, okay. Bigger eyebrows. Also, it's fantasy world. You know Shouty's not getting their eyebrows done. What is the nail salon like situation like in Ashoka? What's that? How much do people spend on pedicures and manicures, do you think? Probably not a lot. Doesn't seem like a priority. It exists though. We have confirmation that there are nail salons in Ashoka. Shouty doesn't go to them. We have confirmation. They exist. Incredible. Still gonna see about that last one. This one's gonna be fun. Honestly, I like Tuck's pretty easy. Tuck's pretty cool. I like Joe and Tuck. Not a lot. There was some like I think the thing that makes Tuck difficult is that she is such like I feel like she's the most normal out of the people in Perennial, which is crazy because of Find Out When You Watch the Show, listen to the show. But to have these two next to each other, I think Shouty is the opposite of Tuck. Can't confirm. Don't know that to be true. But Tuck's pretty chill. There we go. I can't show them, but I have. Well, I'll show them soon. I don't know. Maybe I'll put them on Patreon, or maybe we'll show it when we start talking about season 2. But I did these cute little like reference pages about where I want to take their sort of fashion, because I had a really long commute. Really, that's the only reason why that happened. And I had time to think about it. But that's where I'm working from. And one of the main things for Tuck is a side pony, and that's really, like I said, that's all season 2 talks about is a side pony. We're talking about Merritt's cartilage. We're talking about Tuck's hair over the shoulder, and there really nothing else happens. Nothing else happens. It's actually at first we were like, Serge, this is really experimental. Are you sure you just want to do like in real time? Just sort of Merritt and Tuck talking about their like beauty routines and their bone structure. And he was like, no, this is the direction we're going to go in this season. And I was like, wow, cool. I think it's bold. I think no one's doing it. Tuck's a lot bigger than that. And I can't wait for you all to hear it. It's really experimental. Definitely on some shit you've never heard before. Unless you're like into the underground actual play industry, unless you're on the real fringe of what's going on here. What are the rest of the characters doing? That's a good question. Maybe this, if we do this again, we'll just think about whatever is happening outside of this scene. It depends on the time of day. If we're all on the ship and at any point Shouty starts talking about using Dimension Door, I think all of us are going to be, well, not all of us. There's some of the slightly more responsible moms on the team going to try to do what they can to like Dimension Door proof the ship. Again, really simple because she's in the back. Another pro tip, Don't include the scalp. Take the scalp out because you can't see it. Typically, hair grows over the scalp, so you shouldn't see it. It makes me think of like a really bad wig job. Not that I know how to put on a wig, but I feel like I do because I watch a lot of Pit Stop. Like, I don't watch Drag Race, I just watch people talking about Drag Race on YouTube. So I feel like I'm really good at wigs and makeup. I'm not. I mean, no, I've never put on a wig before. That's not true. That's not true. She does, but because she's in the back. Just want to make sure I give her the right eyebrows. I think these could go even bigger. Because I'm like, these two do so much to keep the group somewhat normal and employable. You know, you think your car is safe, and then suddenly it is a portal to another dimension. And what do? You just got to keep swimming. Just got to take deep breaths and carry on and be like, I'm too blessed to be stressed. Let's figure this out and let's keep going. Also, I don't, I'm not stressed about articulating this car properly. I think I love the Subaru and what it means for our team, but unless Subaru wants to sponsor this stream, it's a big car. No, I don't watch Drag Race. I watched season 8, and that's the last one I watched because Bob the Drag Queen won, and I didn't need to learn any other information about the show. I feel like I got everything I needed from the interaction. I tried to watch All Stars. It's not bad, but again, Bob's not in it. So, welcome to my Drag Race crossover fan cast stream. What was I talking about before I started talking about that? Oh yeah, I said I wore a wig before, which is true. In 7th grade, I was on a dance team, and the theme was birthday. So all like 15 of us were dressed as hip hop clowns, which included a bob, a bright blue, very plastic, bobbed wig that I had to secure once a week at about 6 a.m. Just normal 13-year-old behavior. Let me put on this clown white. And that was the last time I wore a wig. Because it wasn't laid. It wasn't about clean edges. It wasn't lace front. It was some freaking, I don't even remember. It felt ratchet strapped to my head, though. And it was hot as hell. Oh, do not miss those days. Do not. Of course, we won. Of course, we won. Because it wasn't a game back then. It was very much step up to the streets. You know, fuck around and find out behavior. Very much you got served. We just served with so much pain, so much scalp pain. I have pictures. I have pictures of me eating in high school bleachers in that stupid, terrible, cursed wig. What else does a car have inside of it, huh? There's a window, and a steering wheel, probably, and a dashboard. And that's all. I'm just gonna hint at it. And we're gonna do some wild stuff with this portal that doesn't make it look like flesh. Thank you. Thank you. Eli coming in with the secret hacks. There is a rear view mirror. I think I forgot it. I don't know if we've ever used it. Game. Do we drive backwards? When have we ever? Yeah, thank you. We don't need to drive backwards. No reflecting actually at all. I think we're above that as a team. Some words here that I can't put in. Okay. Now I feel like I need to revisit Merritt again because now my hands are all warmed up. He's giving me different energy. I think I just need to move his shoulder. It gets real. Because 30% of the process is this. Just cutting things out and moving them over. Oh, that's a more tense looking boy. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Boomer's the only one to drive backwards. And it was definitely in a very calm, normal situation. This eye is just plain black. That's another. We don't need to bring that in. Vegan memory. That's what we'll call it. Does that feel right? Does that feel good? No. I think I want him to look a little bit more like stiff, I think. I don't think this arm is giving it to me. Let's see. Yeah. Something a little bit more like that. But with a normal arm length. Sweet. Sorry, I'm obsessing. I will tell you, it's way, well, not really, huh? The way that gender is set up. It used to be, in my understanding, way easier to draw women. That's not really true. Because I came up with that before I knew that there were other things outside of other genders outside of women. So now that's not really the philosophy, but that's what it used to be. Something about drawing dudes was really not the tea for me. It wasn't even a mystery. I just didn't spend as much time looking at, believe it or not, I didn't spend as much time on the internet looking at references of guys. And who knows what that reason is for? Who knows? Not I. I do, it's gay. It's 'cause gay. I don't want to dance around that. Again, DeviantArt 10 years ago, it was the streets. Lawless place. Still is lawless. Here we go. Okay. No, that's a tight hand. Oop, it's the wrong tool. I used to have a professor that was honestly the bane of my existence and one of my favorite professors that I had. Definitely hated him at the time. Definitely hated him at the time. But he would always give us an assignment and make us do a bunch of sketches beforehand and get them approved and everything, just like the regular process. But it would always come down to like one thing, one little compositional element that I would get before I could go to finish. And he would be like, hey, that arm is wrong. Well, I don't know how that works in that drawing. And I'd be like, well, what if I just change the arm? And that would be the right answer. But he would always say, show me. And I'm like, how rude of you to expect that in a visual medium that I draw it for you. I would have to do it anyway. But boy, did that just offend me. Like, how dare you ask me to draw in this illustration class? Who do you think I am? What do you think this is? He was right, though. And it was usually the right answer. Except one time, I think I ended up doing the very first assignment in his class. Very first assignment in his class, which, very telling, was a Magic the Gathering card.
What can I get for you today?
He made me do, and I'm calling him out. I'm not going to say his name, but I will. This is now a complaint cast. 80 sketches before I landed on the right one. I forgot what Starbucks is. You see this? That's why I can't draw and talk at the same time. But I did 80 sketches before I went to finish. And that's really when the hate started. That's really when it set in. Did it make me, I don't know, not better? Patient, yes. Did it really put the pain in painting, huh? I think so. Another thing, how many people in the group get adult drinks at Starbucks? Thank you, I will. Eli said, live on that hate. I do, every day. Like, I personally, I don't drink coffee. Can't drink coffee. For health, like, not for health, for wellness reasons. I had a Frappuccino, a mocha frap once, and didn't go to sleep for 32 hours. So I don't fuck with coffee anymore. Don't do that. So I am definitely a very, very refresher kind of person. But now I got to know everyone's coffee order. And this is when I would text people in the group individually what their coffee orders are in character. Aaron, I said a lot of things. What the fuck? What exactly made you say fuck? Because I'll unpack it. There we go. Now he's got coffee. Hey! And there's everyone else. I don't know why that's on a different layer, but it worked out, didn't it? Yeah, that's can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do coffee. Could maybe do a yerba mate, but never do I feel more like a person that lives in Los Angeles than when I drink yerba mate. At one point, it was everything that got me through a project, a really tough project, and I started calling them yerbs. And when I heard myself say, I need a yerb, I stopped drinking them. Just 100% stopped. Because that's okay. That's enough. I have to pretend like I'm not a California person. Just remember what tires are real quick. Thank you, Eli. You gotta have a little bit of shame about where you're from. That's what we try to. That's a core pillar of Mayday is shame. No, not true. Be who you are for your pride. Don't hide.
Can I take your order?
Except if it's about saying yerb. and drinking yerba mate, then hide. Scatter. I indulge occasionally in the yerb, but less. Okay, we're about an hour in, folks, and I still have one more body to finish. I think we can get through flat coloring today. I think that'll be fun. Because do I have a lighting plan for this? No. No, not at all. Why would I do that? Look at these Schoolhouse Rock tires. Stylistic choice. Sorry, I zoomed in a lot there. Camera together. Okay, first on the ground. Where are we at with that? Stuvall was the last one, and we brought up Anchor. So do we want to match? Because we have both of Leg's OCs. Do we want to do the other one and have some symmetry and get Caleb's other OC in here? Or do we continue to shame Caleb for his absence? And I can't because I've been absent too. But do we want to do that and make Snuvall? Oh. Rad. That's true, y'all did say rad. Is that how we feel? We're doing the Turtle Man? Last call. If anyone disagrees with the Turtle Man, let me know. Because I'm gonna have to focus on not making Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan art if that's what we're doing. That's gonna take some time. I don't think so, gang. Okay. Turtle Man it is. I'm glad I brought reference for everybody. All right, Turtle Man. I got a lot of shit to say about Rad too. This reference might be a little small because Rad is a tall boy. We're gonna move these, merge these down. Let me see. Oh man, oh man, oh. Okay, so here's the thing about Rad, and I'll be honest, because this is finally the time where I can finally speak out and speak my truth. Rad's fashion, Rad's costume makes me nervous. Really nervous. Because he's a swimmer, huh? And he has a shell. So a lot of the sort of bits are covered from what I think. I don't spend a lot of time. I purposely haven't spent a lot of time thinking about what's happening in sort of the grundle area of our favorite turtle. I don't want to. Personally, that's not how I want to spend my time. But this pose that I've drawn and the will of you guys watching has made that suddenly very important to figure out. Because I will not be drawing Turtle Grundle this evening. So, because it's not, I don't think we're allowed, and my experience with furry art is not that proficient. That's another person's bag, and I'm not here to step on their toes. But now that we're here thinking about Turtle Grundle gang, I'm gonna try to cover up as much as I can, but I have to imagine
Can I take your order?
like to imagine it stays together. It stays tucked. Ah, okay, that's enough. If y'all can convince Serge to surf, I would be so here for it. I would pretend to be sick at work to see that and meet y'all wherever. All right, and then we've got these absolute unit thighs because he is a swimmer. That's another thing. Why the loincloth with Rad is because his thighs are literally the juiciest thighs. The juiciest thighs this side of the astral plane. And that's just fact. Didn't do it on purpose, but the reference I was looking at, I did not adjust enough, and now it's locked and it's official. And he's got great gams. No one is more prepared for Hot Girl Summer than this turtle. In the way that he conducts himself. I mean, y'all saw. Most of y'all saw. He plays it fast and loose. He's not looking for love. Love is looking for him, you know what I mean? Wait. Hi, Mom. Everyone. It's my mom in the chat. You missed the cussing, so that's cool. I mean, I didn't cuss, but if I did cuss, you missed it. His name is not Juicy Thighs. Okay, let's get some clothes on this guy. Let's get the shell going. His shell kind of looks more like a life vest, which was definitely intentional. Because I mean, his whole vibe is very much so dark lifeguard. He's giving me goth lifeguard. So I wanted to give him that. Okay. Well, Brad, your new nickname is JT. How am I gonna maneuver this? I think it'll just drape like a slip. No, Aaron, please. I do want boot shorts to say Ashoka on the butt. No, I'll say ass. I'll say ass. Let's get wild. I would love that. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful merch opportunity. He's got this. He's got a sash that he probably would wear all the time, especially if someone's going exploring in other dimensions. He'd probably make sure that's cued. And that's simple. You can just put it in the Ashoka font. Simple. Just simple. Maybe they're pink, maybe they're purple. Gotta have a black ones for the professionals out there. Cool. Now there's water all over. Sort of be careful. If I could sort of, makes sense, right? Sort of covering them in the fountain. Get some depth in there. And I want to capture, we're only probably going to get one eye out of this guy. But we're going to fill it with fear. And that's not usually how Rad's eyes work. Oh no! This would even be the eye, huh? Oh, but it would. Oh, but it would. Another reason to listen to the show. Like I said, not gonna spoil it. We'll say he put the patch up just so we can get that sort of struggle. Maybe we'll bring his arm down. We gotta get some of that worry in there. Yes. A little bit more scared. I'll just put it on top. Looks like he's got an egg on his face. Yes, thank you, Eli. He does technically only have one of the eyes that he was born with. But then again, maybe we'll get the weird eye. We'll get the original weird eye in there. That's calming for Merritt and Tuck to see. Is a turtle man with a glowing eye. Fine. Honestly, compared to the time they're currently having, I think that might be reassuring.
Can I get you anything to eat with that?
Gonna have his rope. He's prepared. Did he use the rope to anchor himself? No. And while I'm confident that Sergio would think of that, not this time, baby. Oh, he's gonna be bigger. Definitely gotta be bigger. He's little. We might have him actually, maybe bring him a little closer. This pose, I was looking at a lot of images of slip and slides. And I'd like to get him, there we go. These people are just taller. I think everybody wants their Ashoka Sona. Actually, Kenny's pretty short, but a lot of y'all wanted it to be taller. Okay, we have our lads. Now I'm thinking I kind of went in on everybody. I think Tuck is actually going to get regular eyeballs. She deserves them. She works hard. Cool. Give her a little bit more detail. Let's go eyelids. Let's go face crinkles. Y'all know Tuck don't sleep. That's better. And Tuck has, yeah. Okay, I put the little studs in there. Yeah. Now, when you say the dark man took her eyes, Aaron, I think she's going to be looking at them. I think she'd just be tired. Like, of course this is happening now. It doesn't really matter when it happens. If it happens in whatever episode you're at, if you're listening to Doom to Repeat, available wherever podcasts are, season 1, check it out. Or if you are completely caught up, or if you, for some wild reason, have been scrying on our current sessions, I think Tuck would be tired at any point. And this would just be like, of course. Naturally. There's a portal, there's a door that made another door. Here we are. Color time, almost. That's why I had Merritt on another layer. No, I'm gonna stand by what I did. Great. Make this go away. Okay, color time, gang. Yeah, I think we'll go, think we got another hour. About another hour, we'll see. And we'll just get some rough colors in. And then if we want to do it again, if we want to keep going, maybe I'll just finish it, post it on Twitter or something. We'll see. We'll do a vibe check at the end and see where we're at.
Can I take your order?
Another thing, if you got tired of the little to no structure for the line process, aha, get ready. Because the color process is worse. Way worse. I know about color theory. I know it well. I know her. I love her work. She has nice gowns. There we go. That's why. But I don't really care for her rules. I'm talking about color theory, by the way. Still talking about color theory like it's a person. Oh, I think I know what I wanted to do, huh? Yeah. Supposed to be. I'm not going to fully render this thing today. Just so y'all know. That would be a much longer stream. And I honestly didn't think I would make it this far within the 2-hour period. So I'm proud. Proud and scared. Which is the default setting these days. Yeah, I just realized I made a mistake. I'm gonna start over. Not all over, Jesus, not all over. That's why I set this up in the first place. Not this, maybe some orange. Is that better? Yes, yes it is. Yeah, that's what I want. I want some undertones. Yes, mostly proud. Okay. And this idea is so not new. So not new. If you care about oil painting at all, or have seen people do oil paints, you know that this is not a new thing. But I learned it from makeup tutorial because Michelle Phan would always go in on undertones. And that's how I learned to sort of understand what they are. Because again, like I already said, I had to be a clown, a hip hop clown on the weekends. And you couldn't always get someone to help you do your makeup. In the early days, sure. But the older you get, the more it's like, hey, shouldn't you be putting on your own lashes? It's like, you're right. I'm 15. I should know how to put on my own lashes. So I had to watch hella makeup tutorials to get my life together. And I was like, oh my God, paintings have undertones like people, like makeup. Again, not at all traditional teaching. I'm sorry if any artists are watching this and looking for something traditional. Oh,
Good morning. How can I help?
I'm sorry. This is why it gets weird. We're not going to get into detailed colors, but believe me when I say that black is a little green. And just know that in your heart when I say it. If you've ever messed around with Crayola markers, you know what I'm talking about. Black is a little green. But yeah, I'm just building up color now, which usually means if you want to do the work to find out exactly why these colors work, it's out there. I can talk about it, but boy, I don't know. That's what you guys do. But if you're trying to figure out how to throw in random color, there's a little hack which y'all can't. I don't even know if you can see my color picker. You can't. But if you pick a color and look in the top, if you have Photoshop or Sai, I think if any of y'all mess with that, pick a color and look at the most saturated part. That's usually just how you find the undertones. So like with this, it's this guy, which we might use on like the top parts where the sun hits. Oof, but a lot less than that. But yeah, something like that. A little bit of mint green in there. I said a whole thing about not caring about this car. Think about what this portal's gonna be. I think pink. I feel like magic is pink. Don't know why. I don't even know. I don't know. Would Shawty's magic be pink? I think it would kind of be so many things. I don't think it would be a color we understand yet. But you can't go wrong with cosmic colors. That's not true. Yes, you could. But in this case, I saw it in my brain. Also, fun fact about the ocean. Our understanding of the ocean as the color blue is a kind of a new thing. It definitely wasn't always described that way. Sometimes it's described as wine colored, sort of being purple. And if you look at art of the sea, you know they're not just using straight up like cobalt blue in there. There's a lot of different colors happening. I don't think there's really one color of the ocean. Yeah, exactly. They just call it that, I guess, for the sake of time? I don't know. I mean, it's certainly a nice convention, but it's definitely not really that navy blue. And it won't be for this painting either. There we go. So yeah, I think for the rest of this, we're gonna focus on getting the basics. Exactly, putting it in a box. Putting the ocean in a box. That's the thing, it's not actually a reflection of the sky, because then on days where it's super cloudy, well, that's not the scientific reason. It's not because when it's cloudy, but it would be like straight up gray. It's literally just doing its own thing. In summary, the ocean is weird. And we should respect it. That's it. That's the tweet. Which is actually kind of funny, considering the stuff that goes down in Ashoka. It really is just a matter of tone as to it being Lovecraftian. May you rest in pain. Is that it's like lighthearted. But if it was 6 just unsupervised, overpowered, almost godlike people sort of just dealing with their own drama on the ocean in this world, now Aaron, I can't say that I can confirm that the ocean is blue because of fish blood. I don't think so. Am I an ocean scientist? No. I'm not an oceanographer. That's not me. Eli, I will be your voice. If you post a shark fact, I'll say it. Got to get the info out there. I don't know when Shark Week is, but it's in our hearts. It's whenever we decide.
Can I get you anything to eat with that?
Another fun art school pro tip is to never use the color black. That's not, I mean, again, like I said, art rules are meant to be fucked with. But I do try to follow that one. Because it does sort of anchor the whole piece. It just introduces shadow and everything is now compared to that. See that cool tire we just made? Nice. So I try not to use pure black. Generally, it's a bad idea. Unless you're going for that. I kind of want the world to fade off. Do I want to do that? Is that what I want? We'll try it. I don't know. Seems like a lot. But this isn't like a whole reel. I kind of just want it to float. I want a vignette. That's what I want. That's the word. And I don't care about the back of the car, kind of at all. But I do care about seeing this slippery boy. Don't care about his feet too much. There we go. Try to get it to be a... Okay, Eli brought the shark facts. Wow. The mallet shape of a hammerhead is what makes them the most dexterous predator because, oh, no, yeah, that's it. Just the shape of the hammerhead. Terrifying. See, what some people say makes you funny looking actually makes you better than everyone else. And that's kind of the message there. Are you funny looking or have you evolved more than anyone around you? That's what Magneto asked. We should all ask that of ourselves. Do some digging. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, now we have a light source. The sky is actually kind of different in Ashoka. There's a whole other solar system. I think their sky and their ocean. Well, no, we'll leave the ocean. The ocean is as honest as it is. That'll be real. But I do think their sky is bluer. That's just me spilling the hot tea, the hot Ashoka discourse. Whoa. Mako sharks are the fastest sharks. And they come with their own heater. Hell yeah. You remember that part in the Hunger Games where... Never mind. I'm not gonna spoil the Hunger Games. And I don't want to corrupt our good vibes about sharks. This is a safe space to talk about sharks. Okay, so I read the first and the second book and then stopped because I had more important things on my plate, and that was the rest of the Twilight series. But there's that one part where they just kind of start like making these really bad fusions of the children with the beast that they can make because the game master's a terrible person. And they just kind of start remixing these kids with these creatures. And that just made me think, imagine if you're cold outside, would you not want to be genetically remixed with a fish that has its own heater? Hmm? Hmm? Who knows? What is this? That's lines. Oh no. Oh no. Did I do a dumb thing with the layers? Yeah, I did. Well, that's real. Definitely not starting over. This is just going to be a one layer piece. I'm going to duplicate these lines so I don't lose them. Of course, I have not seen Jaws. I know that it's the shark movie. Very important. Um, the people that really ride or die for sharks don't like that movie, but it did sort of define. Oh no, I don't want to open this. It did sort of define a generation about how they felt about sharks. I get it. I get the song. Probably won't watch the movie unless we have a movie night. Then I'll watch it. But I feel like I learned everything I need to learn through cultural osmosis for that. And that's a life hack. That's a pro tip. I've been sharing a lot of art pro tips. If you're like me and you've never seen a film, just hang around a lot of people that talk about films. That's what I do now. And then when they talk about films, you just nod and laugh. So the next time someone brings up that film you still haven't seen, you know a little bit more about it. You know, and don't lie unless you feel like that's important. Just you learn a little bit more every time. You also learn how completely out of touch you are every time, but that's fine. If Aaron gets killed by a shark, depending on how it went down, I think I will try to avenge you. It really depends. Is it a hammerhead or a mako shark? Because probably not. Probably not. I'm more enlightened about those now. So probably not. But if it's one of those little baby sharks that they let you pet at the Aquarium of the Pacific, oh, bodied, done. Absolutely. Never hear from that shark again. Not like we're hearing from a lot of sharks, but it's actually really nice. Oh, that feels right. Okay, cool. Base colors.
What kind of drink can I get you?
Skin's a little bit more purple, actually. I kind of like the idea that like nobody, not nobody, but a lot of people don't want to play like a traditional Goliath. Traditional Goliaths give me big jock energy, and it is just kind of fun to see what. Oh boy, I'll just say it. My brain said Daddy Gygax. That's not a thing. I know it's not a thing, but it felt really good to say. Um, but sort of think about what his vision was for his war game, and to blatantly just do something different is really important. But I think that's important for everything. Whatever you can play, play the class you want, play the game you want, but you pick one thing. You pick one thing. And it's like if I were playing with an old guard, they wouldn't like it. Gotta do that. Gotta do it. Careful to me. Careful to me because I said oppose the system, or careful to me because I said the phrase Daddy Gygax out loud? Because I will stand by both. I will testify to both in a court of law. Exactly. Why not both? I will also explain. I do not actually sincerely say the phrase Daddy Gygax. He's no father of mine. But without him, we wouldn't have the war game, so I guess props. I don't know. Probably not. Not really. There we go. That feels good. Just gonna get flat color, like I said. Maybe I can get some effects in there and then call it a time. Yes, a kudos at most. Exactly. Thank you for showing up. A participation trophy. You did something. Here we go. Also going to try a different way of coloring because I am not rendering kind of anything. Yet. We'll see. I don't know. At this point, I'm really just kind of making it up. Just kind of following the bliss of the picture. And there's a lot of bliss in this picture for me. Between the struggling slippery rad, the Shodi just not ready. Merritt fully just blue screening. He's in space. He's gone. He's not with us anymore. And Tuck just being like, oh yeah, it's Wednesday. Of course. While I'm working, is there anything I could be promoting? There's tons of stuff. We just did the one shot where we all create each other's characters and we learned how to play them for the first time live on stream. It was an absolute delight.
Good morning. How can I help you?
We fought one of the weirdest bosses I've ever fought in my entire life, and is my favorite. Not gonna spoil it for you. If you follow us on Twitter, then you have access to the information. But if you don't, first, go do it. Second, don't do it until you watch this one shot. It's very good. Like, I absolutely put her foot in it. Oof. Oh yeah, no worries.
Hi, what can I get you?
Sorry, put their foot in it. Just gonna pretend I know what the ocean does. We had that whole discussion about how the ocean's not blue. And I start using blue. But it's fast water, so it's actually gonna be kind of pale. This is when it gets real weird because I'm just drawing directly on top of it. If this were a painting in person, then this would be, I'd have to be real confident. This ain't going nowhere. But it's not. We're thankful. We're thankful for digital art. I was promoting. Gosh darn it. Gee, see? The focus. Where is it? I talked about the one shot. We are doing our Q&A, what we're calling a parlay for Ashoka. We're taking questions for that anywhere you can find us. Twitter's a good place. If you are a patron and you're on the Discord, always a good place. Also, I will say the Discord is really cool for a number of reasons. Mostly because I get to see y'all experience what we've been experiencing for the past couple of weeks, and that's always a delight. But we have a page on our Discord that is just about plants and animals, gang. And if you like plants and or animals, it will lift your spirits. It will clear your skin. It will water your crops.
Take your order.
It won't pay your taxes, but it will remind you to pay your taxes. And that's almost just as good. I say that like I pay taxes. Yeah. Absolute quality page when you're feeling low and you just want to look at other animals that exist in other parts of the world. What a delight it is to remember that dogs are everywhere. Just think about it. In every city, there's a dog. There's more than one dog. There's like 7. And then I'll put a smile on your face. Yeah, I think that water's watery enough.
Hello, what would you like?
Exactly. You don't think about it. You think there's only puppies in Los Angeles. There's definitely only dogs in Los Angeles. But then you're like, nah, they're everywhere. These little dudes, all over the planet. Yeah, there we go. Definitely made a mistake with Merritt's stuff. Let me just pull up his reference because I don't want to get the skin wrong. Yes, thank you for the Sister Act poll. Okay. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna see how much I can get done in like the next 15 minutes. But how are we feeling, gang? This was our first stream. I was super nervous. I don't know how I'm doing, how I did, but I feel good. I don't know. I just want to sort of narrow down. I don't know if y'all want to hear about art stuff or what I think about when I make these guys, or how I didn't like my college illustration professor at first. Or how I wore a blue clown wig for a lot of my middle school time, like half of my middle school time. There's a lot. I shared a lot. Thank you, Mother. I don't think actually, this might be the wrong color. Is that right? You're wearing dusty navy? He could pull it off. It's in his color scheme. Good thing you can't post pics in chat, huh? The wig pics will come. They'll come in good time.
Can I take take your order?
They exist. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Aaron. Hey, bud. Hey, buddy. Don't worry about it. The wig picks aren't for now. This is the chill art stream. Maybe the next one, for the less chill art stream, we'll talk about terrible wigs. Terrible wigs. Maybe I won't be alone. Maybe I'll bring another role player on here. I don't know what we'll talk about. We have a lot actually we could totally go into. Because I think I appreciate every compliment about these lads, but I make some of the design choices. Some of them. But all of them are really wait. Okay, wait. I would have finished my compliment and then I'll address what you just said, Eli. Is that I'm bringing like half the heat that these characters are bringing. And I would actually really like to hear how we got to where we got to without spoiling it for y'all. So maybe that'll be what this is. Maybe we'll throw in some wig lore, but we'll sort of unpack how y'all got to these characters. Yeah. Black shoes, definitely. Right, we decided on that? Yeah, we did. This is some shit. Nope, underneath. But yeah, now that I've complimented my friends, they're all very, very good character designers, and they make my job super easy. We got to go back to Eli saying that they wore a wig once. Everyone has to tell their wig story. Maybe it's not now, if you don't want to tell it today, but eventually we will cover the wig lore, and we'll have it. Now this is real washed out. We're definitely gonna have to do some color correcting here. And that's okay. It's a little tan. Okay. We are just scratching the surface with this one, gang. Man, I'll see how much I could get done, but this does kind of feel like a part 2. Oh, and I actually kind of like it without the lines, which makes it way harder. Well, not harder, just longer. Yes, please save the wig story. Yes, Aaron, I would say a bald cap counts. I think it does. I do want to hear that story as well. I think that might be the requirement. So maybe people will come on the stream with me. I'll draw, they info dump, and I'll just chime in. And then sort of admission is telling a wig story. Because I think everyone has a wig story. We gotta see if Serge has one. But I'd like for everyone to sort of talk about their relationship with wigs. And it doesn't even, if it's not a real wig, just maybe sort of any headwear. Strange costume related headwear. Because we've got some real theater kids on this show. So I'm not worried about them having wig stories. And I'm not going to spoil it, but even the non-theater kids, even some of the comedy writers, I'll say, have some wig story, whoever they might be. That would, man, boy, y'all got to be a part of that. And that's not the color of Tuck.
How can I help you?
You don't have a wig story? That's true. Yeah, it has to be a Twitch appropriate wig story. Mom, my mom, mother, you do have a wig story. I have a wig story for you. You have a wig story. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you got one. I've seen it with my own eyes. Maybe I'm, kind of like the sort of pink fluff being itself. Yeah. It's kind of throwing off the color here. Yes, yes, Yeah, no, you have a wig story. I'm not gonna put your business out because the condition was you come on the show and talk about your wig story. But you got one. You're good. Oh, I can tell it? Okay. Great. Um what was it? It was like a retreat. It was a conference that you were planning, that we were helping you plan. And it was like the last day, and you decided to get in character and honestly perform a lip sync at this conference. And that was just, it makes a lot of sense now, sort of how that created what we have today. But you did a lip sync to Jasmine Sullivan's Bust the Windows Out Your Car at the end of the conference. And there was a wig involved. There was a whole character. It was like an older woman. And there was a wig involved with that. And I'll never forget it. And then you raised someone who played Dungeons and Dragons.
What kind of drink can I get you?
I can't remember the name though. There was a lot of aliases. I feel like it was Euphordelia Fontaine. I think you brought that back for this character. I know that's not where that name came from. But I think that was the name you used for this character. And you did the whole song. Yes. Okay. So here's the part where I'm going to add a bunch of tone stuff to it because I'm not satisfied with the color. Before we start doing final color, I think we're going to get to a nice place and then we're going to, I think we might call it because it's been 2 hours.
Good morning. How can I help you?
And this part, this is where the magic happens. If you've ever worked with folks, just been bewildered by Photoshop, this is the difference between a finished piece and one that's still in progress. It's all just filters. Just kidding. It's a lot of filters, but it's not all filters. And like I said, these have real camera, traditional camera functionality. They mean real things. Couldn't tell you what they are. Nope. Nope. But that feels good. It's a little washed out, but that feels nice. Maybe with be a little bit more yellow. Or not, just kidding. Not yellow. Yeah. Maybe I'll start leaning in on the one. I don't know, we're coming close, gang. Might just be something we finish the next time. Or like I said, maybe I'll just finish in private. What do y'all think? I can do, if we do this again, I can pick it up where we left off, or we can do another vote. We could keep with the sort of cross theme. Let me take this off so I can see. Or we can do something completely different. I don't know. This is flesh toned. That's not great. Cups look like they're made of skin. Oh man, now I feel bad ending it, but a bunch of people just came. I don't want to leave y'all hanging. Y'all were trying to enjoy some sweet tones in the back while continuing your lovely Fridays. I mean, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be up drawing forever. Period. It really goes as long as as long as my hand can go without cramping, and as much patience as Aaron has for holding down the stream. Also, thank you, Aaron, for holding down the stream. Thank you, Mom. I don't think Starbucks. No, they don't actually have green, but we gotta invoke that sweet green coffee place. Mm-hmm. Hi, people who just got here though.
What kind of drink can I get?
We're just vibing. We have our all of our characters established. Had a last minute change. We asked the heart of the people where they were at, and we added rad. So that's where the heart of people are at. Might not be good to do pink, wrinkly folds. More purple. Well, that's fine. We'll do what we can. I'll leave it at that. I will leave it at that. Maybe I'll just, I don't know. We'll see. I want to bring this to a place where it feels good to stop before we stop. We're very close to ending. Because this is the longest I've gone straight drawing without forgetting I was drawing and standing up and doing something else. So we're already in record-breaking territory. I'm proud of all of us. It's the end of the week, the beginning of the month. We're all doing our best out there. I mean, it wasn't super easy to go outside in the before times. But shout out to all the introverts with all their hustle. I see you. just gonna pretend like the shading is what we would be really doing. And then, yeah, maybe we'll do another episode where I actually decide what the lighting is going to be for this drawing. A for real one. And just go into it from there. Also, yeah, because there's a lot happening that I'm not super ready to go in and render. But I think we're in a good place. Maybe. Oh boy. Here we go. I think we're in a good place. Part of me also is like, start over. So we'll see. Oh. I'm just playing around now. But yeah, if you enjoyed this and you liked it and you want to see more of it, consider signing up for our Patreon or showing your support by following us on Twitter or Instagram, or we have Facebook too, if that sweetens the pot for you. But we're Mayday Roleplay, Mayday RP. We have a website. I already talked about the Discord. Yeah, we're everywhere.
Can I take your order?
We've got a lot of things cooking. A lot of things cooking. Oh no, I took the filter off and I like it better. Such is life. Such is life. I don't know. I still feel bad for leaving without really fully rendering one single thing. We'll end where we stopped or started. I'll just get in Merritt's face and then we'll end it. Then we'll call it a time. I promise. You can all go back to running your business. I just feel bad leaving it here.
Hello, how would you like?
I'm not gonna roast our lad anymore. Today. It is fun to roast Merritt though. It's an important part of being in the program. And that's I think even the hippie recluse that wore Biz understands that.
What can I get for you today?
Also, I hope y'all can hear the ice cream truck outside. The ice cream truck at 9:40 p.m. But supporting our Patreon means that I could, in theory, stop the stream and get ice cream, too. Yeah, I can't even. Maybe that. Nope, that didn't help. Okay. Almost done. Not with his face. It's a lot of layering and a lot of erasing. Like I said, there's no real same process every single time. It's really just stacking. Oh yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying give us money. I think if you want to see any of the things that I brought up this stream, the blue wig, anything about my illustration professor, because that's wild. The cosplay photos of me as a young weeb. Rad's Grundle, all of that. If you are interested in any of it, gotta subscribe to our Patreon. just so we know that you're out there and you're here for a very specific purpose, whether it's Tortoise Grundle or Wig Picks. And once we know sort of what our audience is about, then we can start tailoring that content to you. We know, hey, there's a lot of Wig fans out there. Kenny's has a large bald spot. I think if there's ever a scenario where there would need to be a disguise, she's most prepped for a wig. Honestly, the way her haircut is, it kind of seems like she's been using wig glue incorrectly a lot. So that's just kind of the narrative. That wasn't my intention, but it's there. Because the whole front of her head is just bald. Just sort of reverse bowl cut. Cup cut, if you will. There we go. There we go. This is sort of the style I did for the beats in Delta Green. Was a lot of just painting over. A nice little underpainting and then just going directly on top of the lines because it's a lot of the time did not have a lot of time. Not because we were rushing, but because I have the attention span of probably a hammerhead shark, maybe. So these pieces don't actually take that long, but I have to include the inevitable dance breaks, multiple dance breaks. The meal, the other activity I have to do so I don't get tired of this activity. That's really, really what makes it last so long. Most of art is making yourself do art. And that's why artists are mad all the time. Because our bodies want to do art, but our bodies also really badly want to impulse buy a pogo stick on Amazon Prime and just go ham on it. Don't think of nothing else but that pogo stick. Or, important things to live like eating and sleeping, that too. Give him eyeliner. Now that's the kind of suggestion I'm talking about. Aren't you glad? I'm so glad I didn't end the stream. Oh. Do we want to give him eyeliner for real? Because like I said, it's not canon. I'll give him eyeliner. Eli's thinking about it. I need to spend some time on his cheekbones anyway. Go ahead and deliberate. I'm ready for eyeliner. That's another strong vote for our own channel is saying it. So what are we thinking? We're thinking long wing. Really long wing. Because now you guys can play in my mind palace. So we're doing eyeliner, right? Let's think. Let's try to make huge assumptions about a character that none of us created and how they would approach the challenge of eyeliner. What do we know about Merritt? Other than the fact that he's Merritt, right? What do we know? He likes to do things right, or not at all. He probably reads all of his Navy Fed emails, like every word, like every single word of them. Smoky IG. Full coverage? Do you want me to give this boy a highlighter? I was thinking about it, but I said that'd be crazy. But we'll give him a little more. That's the thing, he's kind of got red undertones. So if we give him a highlighter, we want something with a little bit of red under it. Welcome to my makeup channel. We're gonna put him in a little bit of makeup then. Maybe we'll just give a look to everybody. But we got wings for sure. That's the vote. That's 3 people that say give this boy. Maybe it is Maybelline for him today. Honestly, do you know what it's giving me? Corruption arc. It's giving me Mr. Merritt is my father. Call me M or something. I don't know. It's giving me edgy. It's giving me edgy, and I like it. See, I focused so much on making him beautiful that I forgot about the shock. Come on now. Oh, wow. Doesn't he just look like a superhero with that eyeliner? That gelled back, it's giving me Mermaid Man. It's giving me Barnacle Boy. This is not canon. Do you know how different season 1 would be if Merritt had eyeliner on? Completely different story. Sergio would have to start again. From the whole top. Couldn't be the same. Have to retcon the whole thing. It's different. It's just different. We would have all said different things. The first thing everyone would have said. Eyeliner. Whoa. Because this is a different boy. It's a different boy. I still have to get the smoky eye.
What kind of drink can I get?
But Merritt's like a 1 palette kind of person. He doesn't have a makeup drawer. He doesn't have a whole caboodle. He's got 1 palette that he did hella research on. Maybe. Again, not canon, not canon. Not my character, not canon. But we are playing in this space. And this is what happens when you give the designer time. So, I'm so sorry, Caleb. I'm so sorry. Every day we get closer to Edward Cullen. It's not terrible. That's not what I thought when I said fully render his face, but I'm glad we got here. This is what I was talking about at the beginning, is that if you have wild suggestions, let's do them together. Let's get them in here and let's make them happen.
Hello, how would you like to be served today?
Eli's trying to bait me by reciting the sacred texts,
What can I get for you today?
even though I brought up Edward, I know. But don't do it. Don't do it. Don't knock at the door of the special interest. I will delete this document right now. I'm actually really afraid now that this hair and this color shirt is actually really for real in Twilight, and I might have just been, my subconscious might have just taken the wheel from Jesus and given us some merit cosplaying as Edward, which is not great. That's not what we wanted. It is great. It's insane and beautiful. And I definitely created a variant, but that's not what we came in to do. The eyeliner did push him. If any of you have the time and want to create sort of what happens if there's ever, let's listen, this is the most serious thing I'll ever say all night long. No jokes, no cap, all seriousness. If y'all want to think about how Twilight would fit into the DG universe, if you guys want to put in those hours and let me know, I would personally just be so grateful. I don't even care how. I don't even care if they're allowed. I don't care what happens. But if you guys just want to think about it, would they be consultants? Maybe. Would they be keeping tabs on them? Probably.
How can I help you?
Or does it just, is it just that good? Is the masquerade that good that even Delta Green doesn't know about vampires? I doubt that. I think they've definitely fucked around enough to find out. Yeah, I don't know what the scratchiness is around him, but it's really fun to do. And it's giving me a stylistic direction, which I have not had this entire time, so I like it. Okay. Okay, I think that's enough highlights for the shirt. Almost the same color as the sky. Okay. I love that he's the only one that's rendered right now. Okay, I think we're in a good place. Okay. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what the next one is. I might just finish it. I might post it on the Patreon. We'll see. But this was super, super fun. Super fun. I like it. Definitely going to bring someone with me soon. But like I said, if you have questions about Ashoka, questions, comments, concerns, declarations of love and war, go ahead and tag us in the question anywhere you find us. On Twitter, on Instagram, on Discord, wherever. And we'll answer them. Gonna have to physically force myself to stop. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna stop. And save. This was great. We're gonna keep going. But I think we're gonna call it there, folks. Does that filter still work? No. like that. Okay, yeah. There we go. Okay. Good night, y'all. This was fun. We'll do it again sometime. I don't know when, because we have so much coming towards you very, very soon. But this is not the last time we'll do it. But thank you for coming to what is currently Zakia's Very Chill art stream. I'll see you soon. Bye. Great. Woo. That was. Thanks. That was wild. Wild first 30 there, but I was good. Thank you for running. Yeah, that was wild. I saw that. That's why I didn't want to end it. I was ready.